Hello. Sorry for the delay. We were discussing advanced strategies in Final Fantasy XIV. So I ended up going a little bit late. But hello. I have arrived. And Desu Recap stream. And if we have some time, then we'll also play a little bit of Deltarune. Because I think, like, to be totally fair, right? To be totally fair, I, like, Desukon has, like, the most normal people of all the conventions. I think it's because it's so popular that, like, there's, like, you really need to want to get in, So, like, there's not those, like, casual perverts. There's not a lot of those casual perverts who are, like, fucking weird. So Desukon visitors are, generally speaking, pretty normal. So I don't really get, like, fucking weird experiences at Desukon. Like, not at all in comparison with the way I get in other conventions. Also, this music is so fucking depressing. Like someone's fucking funeral. See, there's like workout playlist. Oh shit! What is this? Is this a workout playlist? These are the vocalized songs. I don't think we can play those, or otherwise it's gonna get copyright struck. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy music in general is shit because it gets copyright struck all the time. Upbeat Pokemon music. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So Desukon. To go over everything that sort of happened, I was just sort of saying that there wasn't a whole lot of weirdos at Desukon this time. Well, to be fair, like, Desukon just doesn't have weirdos in general. So I don't have, like, those spicy stories of being sexually harassed or something at Desukon. Because Desukon is always just a really chill and good time. But yeah, Friday was, I had already packed all of my stuff. I packed my stuff on Thursday. I had it in the car. I was really nervous that I forgot something because I had so much stuff to bring to Desukon. And we went out and I met Kuono at the no, Char Amico is saying that it was boring because I didn't get sexually harassed or something like that. I met Guano at the venue, and we went upstairs, and we set up the table. Very nice. Having double tables is very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. I will from this point on, I will always have double tables at Desukon because there was so much more space for everyone. So even when there was a lot of people gathering in front of the table, sometimes like up to 5 people sort of talking at the same time, maybe even more. This time, it didn't sort of spread out to the other person's table. So I didn't block anyone's table. Like the new table setup was really, really good. Having 2 tables is great, even though it's a little bit pricey. It was like €600 for the tables plus the advertisement. But it was very nice, and I had those structures as well. These ones. Did you guys notice my cool structures? Guano helped me build them. and they were all nice. So it was very cool. And we could put the dakimakuras over here on these, which made them super visible, which was great. It was very nice. And to my surprise, like the dakimakuras, they don't sell at any other event basically. So I was very surprised that the dakimakuras sold so well. I think I sold 3 of them at the event. I have 1 left. So then after that one is gone, I don't know if I'll order more. Because I feel like it's such a specialty product that, I mean, it's really nice for the visuals of the table for sure. Because it's very sort of like, flashy. It's very, very flashy. So having them is very nice, but they're very expensive to order, and the profit margin on them is quite low. Even though they're pretty expensive. But maybe I'll make like different, once threesome therapy starts to sort of roll out, and once I get like physical copies of it out, then I'll have 3 new waifus to have on the pillows, and then I think it would definitely make sense to have this new dakimakuras. But I feel like people who really want kui dakimakuras have probably gotten them already, so I might hold off on more dakimakuras until I have some more, like, fan base is introduced to the new waifus of threesome therapy. But yeah, it took us a long time to set up the table with Kuono, because there was structures that needed to be built. But once the table was set up, it was very nice. It was very nice. Thank you for the follow. And there were stickers and like books here in like these nice piles, and then stickers here, and coffee mugs here, and it was a very very nice Datura dakimakuras. Maybe they might, maybe. I mean, yeah, there might be some people who might want to hug her. I'll keep that behind my ear. Drawing dakimakura illustrations is a lot of work, so I'm not exactly sure what I would do with that. And generally speaking, I would want my dakimakuras to be kind of funny, kind of like how the Kui one has that fucking, like, the thing where she's just sort of peeking out of the pillow on the other side. So it's a like elves are popular, yeah, but I don't know what would be like the funny sort of other side to put in. It just maybe like stupid faces or something. We just started, Bear, don't worry about it. We've been alive for only 12 minutes. But dakimakuras, I will think about later. They're not really on the top of my priority list for now. But yeah, the whatchamacallit, wait, who the fuck is chottomatte? Yo. Just a second, I seem to have gotten an email. Oh no, it's just a internet bill. It wasn't anything important. But anyway, we set up the thing. I managed to get myself a return or no, like canceled flea market spot when I was on the way there. So I went to the flea market to check out if there were any Pokemon cards there, but there was like only casual garbage. No good Nendroids either. Some piece of shit had brought their Memoirs of a Public Enemy to the fucking flea market. I mean, it's better than throwing it away, but how dare you? I didn't check on the inside cover though, if it was signed or not. If it wasn't signed, then, you know, it's not a real fan. But if it was signed, don't do that. I will beat you up. They are sacred tomes. You wouldn't fucking send a Bible to the fucking flea market, would you? No, it's blasphemy. No, seriously, I mean, it's better to put it there than to throw it away, so, you know, maybe someone else will get some fun out of it. But I better not see a lot of them in there, or I'll beat you guys up. Flea market was kind of a bust. There wasn't really anything there, as usual, I guess. My interests are pretty niche, so I usually don't really find stuff there. I think last Frostbite was very special because I found fucking Wandering Sun, one of the hardcover books there. But usually, not really my kind of stuff. After that, well, Guano and I went to see the others, the people already. Sort of to my shock, TechCon was like so smooth cheeked. I was very surprised. I thought so because his interests are so similar to Yersu's. I thought like he'd be like 30 something. He was like 19. And I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? So that was pretty funny. But good on him for having cultured interests, I guess. It's just he talks so comfortably about like stuff that us old folks are interested in. No, Yersu, you're like a fucking hipster kind of thing. TechCon likes cool shit like Bionicles and fucking Street Sharks. You like fucking vinyls of obscure artists that no one in the fucking universe has ever heard of. So there's a good like a yeah, you are basically a like a glimmer in the corner of your father's eye. Like an embryo. But yeah, it was still very nice to see people. We had a good group, and whenever I wasn't in the group, apparently it was completely silent and no one was talking. So you guys should start like just talking through Discord if it's that difficult to talk like in person. You guys should talk through Discord. It's fine. It's okay. It's weird. Yeah, it's fucking weird. But hey, at least you would converse and it wouldn't be awkward, so like people wouldn't just sit in silence. I get that you guys are probably not the most social people. But we're like, I guess not social necessarily, because like everyone likes to be with friends and stuff like that, but like not the most extroverted people. Because like when it comes down to conventions and stuff like that, I'm usually sort of the person who is like, okay, we go here. Okay, we go here. Okay, we do this. Okay, we talk about this. Okay, we do that. And stuff like that. And then I sort of fear that whenever I'm not there, everyone's gonna be like, well, fuck. There's no like automatic noise machine here. So now we realize how incredibly silent this group is. But you know, at least you had a very Finnish convention experience for sure. Yes, I exchanged like 3 words with Char on Friday. That's a good start. That's a good start. But yeah, Friday we had the hentai quiz, the porn quiz. there was an epic battle of galactic proportions. We had a bunch of questions about, there was like a one round that had like video clips and you had to detect which one was the hentai. Then there was one round that had monsters from hentai and non-hentai, and you had to sort of know, is this from hentai or not. Then there was a round with like elevator pitches. There was a round with super attacks, and then there was another round of like sort of detecting which one was from hentai and not. And it went pretty well, I think. I've never sort of hosted a thing like that, and it was pretty tiresome to be speaking both on Friday and Saturday on the panel, especially with Saturday being already like talking, because when it comes down to having panels about hentai, there's like a very sort of fine line that you have to walk to make things funny, but not awkward. Because porn and these sort of sexual topics and stuff like that, they are very easily awkward. They can be awkward if you say something extremely grimy, that makes them awkward. So when you're portraying something that's sort of grimy, you have to make it into a joke. You can't be like, hey, look, that's so gross. But you have to be like, what the fuck is this shit? Because that's what people are thinking. So you have to sort of validate their way of thinking about it. So you can't be like, haha, that's so gross. Are you guys gross enough for this? No, you have to be like, fuck, this is disgusting. Isn't it? And then everyone's like, yeah, it's so disgusting. So it's a very sort of, it's always, when it comes down to hentai panels and stuff like that, it's always a sort of tightrope walk. You have to walk on a tightrope to make sure that you have to make sure that you don't say something that's too far, and you have to always be sort of a source of comfort for the audience. Even though you're the one who's traumatizing them, you also have to be sort of the comfort person in the, to validate their like outrage and stuff like that, so that we can be outraged together. And thank you. Thank you. One of the pictures being the Siskon Makkara Keito in the quiz was deliciously cursed. Yes. I had some like awful pictures to put there. I was mostly just sort of helping with putting the pictures on it, and Yefu had when we were sort of building the quiz, Yefu had a lot of these weird sort of brain fart moments. He would start asking me like this weird thing, like like these. I can't even bring up an example because I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just like he would get paranoid about something about the quiz, or like people cheating in the quiz or something like that was like completely impossible to like actually happen, and I would have to be there to like sort of pat him on the back and be like, no, let me parse this way of thinking through for you. This is not gonna happen, okay, because of these reasons. And then he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I was like that kind of support person while we were working on that, and also just finding pictures and hentais and stuff like that to put in it. The whole quiz section, like that sort of quick Google Sheet thing or whatever, he made that, and he put the video clips together and stuff like that. So send your thanks his way. This wasn't really my idea either. I'm not really a quiz host. I'm more sort of talk by myself and to have a conversation with the audience. But I'm glad that people had fun. I didn't feel super confident about the panel myself because it's not really in my area of expertise. But it seemed like people had fun. And there was like an extra round at the end, since we had some time, to make fun of people's usernames. There were pretty funny ones. There were some pretty funny ones. and I got to riff on people's usernames and stuff like that, and people seem to enjoy that. Generally speaking, it's more fun to be a part of a show where you can feel like you are a part of the show. So it becomes more personal, and we can all laugh together about everyone's cringe and whatever. So, all in all, I think it went well. Yefu seemed like he was pretty proud of how well it went as well. I mean, the place was completely full. You gotta make the traumatizing funny, exactly. But yeah, I'm glad you guys had fun. I can't promise that I'll be hosting or sort of appearing as a host in future ones like this. But if you guys really want me to, I can keep it behind ear, you know? I can keep it behind my ear. It's not something that I'm outright against, but it was a shitload of effort to put together the whole quiz and stuff like that, which ate out of my work time and my free time and everything like that. So I'll probably only do it if people are like really, like if there's like a shitload of positive reinforcement for it. Otherwise, I'll leave that to other people, because I'm sure there's like other people who can host stuff like that too. Maybe I might have a lot of the expertise and stuff like that, so I can sort of bring you guys like these little info nuggets, like talking about the different kinds of artists who make hentai and stuff like that, and giving you guys these sort of filler like little things while you do that. But I'm sure that even if you don't have that, you can have a good panel if you just have that sort of output to keep it fun for everyone. So I don't think it necessarily needs to be me. I am of course happy that people like my panels a lot. It's just that as you guys know, I'm a workaholic. I spend most of my time doing work stuff. I really like my work, and because of that, I sort of have very little free time. So when even that free time is spent sort of working on stuff, like work stuff, it can do some sort of like it can tire me out a little bit. But if there isn't like anyone else sort of interested in doing that stuff like that in the future, and there is interest in shows like that in the future, then you know, why not? And also big thank you to all of you guys for always filling up my anything that I do there. It's very, very heartwarming. And I'm terribly sorry for any of those, a lot of people, especially on Saturday, who missed out on the thing. It's all like the panel is already really late, so I can only imagine how disappointing it has to be that you've been waiting for it for the day and then you get turned away at the door because there isn't space. Unfortunately, I don't really have the power to do anything about that. Desukon has limited space, and there's probably some kind of logistical issues with getting the thing in the main hall. There's probably like they have to specifically like maybe this is just speculation, but I'm guessing that maybe they have like some kind of limit on how many times they can use the main hall and stuff like that. So because of this, it's not probably feasible to get it in the main hall. As funny as it would be to talk about dicks in the main hall. but yeah. It's like, but yeah, but either way, I'm glad you guys had fun. It makes me happy. I always get really nervous right before the panels, because you know, even when you have a lot of experience, it's still like it's still sort of nerve-wracking to be in front of like over 200 people like that, and you have to sort of entertain them. So like it always takes me a moment, and I sort of have, usually I arrive there a little bit early and I have a little bit of time to sort of warm up the crowd with my nonsense bullshit that I like to talk about before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of the show. And that's sort of, it's not so much for you guys, like to make it more fun for you guys. It's more to calm myself down. We're just having a conversation, we're having a giggle about stupid shit, and that makes it easier for me to relax, and then I can give you guys a better show. When I did my first panel, I had a script for it. Some people like to do like scripts or bullet points. I had like bullet points, and I would get like completely frozen up whenever I'd lose like sort of where is my bullet point, where is like what bullet point am I on right now, and that just would catch me off guard like crazy. And ever since then I realized that instead of doing that, I'll just memorize the important things that I really want to talk about, and if I don't remember to talk about everything that I wanted, tough luck. I'll do better next time. So yeah. So Saturday was really busy. I think the busiest that I've ever had at a DesuCon, at any convention, let's be fair, at any convention. I think I had at most like 10 minutes of like any kind of off time. And the fucking, what was it, 8 hours? Something like that. 8 hours was just like constantly people coming to the table and buying my stuff, and I was really happy about it. By the end of Saturday. By the end of Saturday, I already had like a personal single day sales record. It was really, really like amazing. I was kind of nervous coming in because I only had one new book, and the sales were still really good. So in the end, it sort of gives me a little bit more like sort of, how should I put it, I don't need to rush that much. I'm glad that I made the decision to delay Witch Book Volume 4, because it's like I didn't need to have it there. Moonflower Pollination 2 was such a popular book that it by itself carried the event like real hard. So yeah. I watched a lot of panels, and one of the worst ones was just hosts reading from a script. Like, yeah, but well, that's the thing is that like being in front of an audience isn't easy. Like, let's be fair here. It's not an easy thing. Working the crowd is definitely not easy. Figuring out what jokes are gonna land and what jokes aren't gonna land is very, 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 very not easy. So even if you're working with a script, it makes like it makes sense. Obviously, it would be better if you could sort of, be a little bit more lively on stage, but getting that experience is still important. So if you need that script for your first attempts and stuff like that, that's okay. I think it's okay. But yeah, I can imagine that from the audience's perspective, it can be a little bit stale. But you have to like try to give the panels the sort of benefit of the doubt that if you feed, then maybe they'll get better. I know I have gotten a lot better. All the positive reinforcement and stuff like that from conventions and stuff like ever since I started drawing porn, like publicly, like my reception as an artist has been so much better than it ever has before. And it has given me a massive shitload of confidence. I don't can you imagine? I don't get jealous of other people's art, like even if they are technically better than I am, because I have my own thing, my own style. I have my own audience. I don't need to be jealous of other people's art anymore. Of course, I constantly try to strive to be better, and I Threesome Therapy has so much prep work done for it, and it's gonna look visually so nice throughout the whole fucking series. It's still very nice. It's very sort of warming. to have an audience that is sort of on my side. And DesuCon is the place where the audience is on my side, which makes me very, very happy. So yeah. Saturday I was insanely busy. There were a good few people who got my cursed objects. One of them has almost ran out. There's only one of them left. They will never be reprinted or redone. So once they are gone, they will be gone. And I will replace them with some new kind of cursed object. Which is going to be Mae-mae TCG cards. So you're gonna get a booster if you fill up your card. so look forward to that, I guess. Yeah, Char got the full set, baby. Char, don't reveal them. Don't reveal to them what they are. They're a secret cursed object. But yeah, a lot of cursed objects went out, which was cool. People liked my garbage puns that the cursed objects revolve around. And yeah, I don't really have anything to complain about on Saturday. Everything went really, really, really well. Everything went really, really, really well. And then after the sales hall thing, I had my little break. I had some pizza. It was really good. My stomach was really upset after it though. Luckily, I found a bathroom pretty quick. Why is my stomach like this? Anyway, then we went to the gaming hall and we went to play some Mario Party, and I got fucking scammed. I had the first star and it was stolen from me by fucking Yersu of all people. What a motherfucker, okay? I was last. The game was like a little bit before the end. The game was like, I think Mae-mae's gonna win. The game was like, I think Mae-mae's gonna win because Mae-mae's last. So I think Mae-mae will definitely win. Mae-mae lost. Mae-mae was fucking last. God fucking damn it. I got ass fucked. So I didn't win in Mario Party. But yeah, that it was still pretty fun. Yeah, when it's a fucking RNG game, yeah, I will get beaten up. My video game RNG is like garbage. My video game luck is trash. So if you want to ever beat me at a video game, challenge me to Mario Party. It's very easy to beat me there. Then it was like a little bit to 8 p.m. and we were sort of just hanging out by the tables and stuff, and then someone checked Discord. It was like maybe 10 minutes past 8 and my panel was at 9. Bad luck at games, you have good luck in love. Well, I have good luck in Pokemon cards, so that's, close enough. But my good luck is because of the New Year's demons. Let's be fair here. But yeah, so it was like 10 minutes past 8 and someone noticed the Discord message that said the line is already forming for the panel. Usually the line is forming at like 30 minutes before the panel. This was like an hour before the panel. It was a big line. It was a big line already. It was like maybe like I'd say like 20-30 meters long. Which was a little bit intimidating. I was like, okay. There was like a yaoi panel at the same time as my thing was, and I was kind of worried that, okay, there's competition. there's 2 adults-only panels happening at the same time. People might want to go check out the yaoi panel instead, and I won't have like half my audience. That was not the case. Was not the case. The line ended up being so long that it had to be folded like in half, and it went back all the way through the corridor, and no one could walk through because it was so fucking fat. The room filled up very quickly, and like over 10 people had to walk away. So, thank you for enjoying my panels. I'm happy that you guys like my panels. It's very cool. It's very cool. Then I had my panel. I don't remember anything about it. I usually don't remember anything about my panels. I'm just sort of like going with the flow. Kind of adrenaline. After a long, tiresome day. I'm kind of malnourished. Probably a little bit dehydrated. Very, very, very tired. And I don't really remember what I talked about. So I'm glad that people had fun, I guess. Because I don't know what the fuck I said. There's a... I have stream muted like an idiot, but assuming it's about the last panel, we queued for 45 minutes to make sure we get it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's crazy that there were so many people there already. That early. But it was cool. It always makes me happy that people are so excited to see my panels. And I feel bad for all the people that their friends dragged to the panels to get, like, traumatized by the fucking Moomin Mama. I'm sorry about that, by the way. No, I'm not. Fuck you. I had my panel. There was this really funny moment. In this thing I remember, I was like, here's the best part. The ads. And I said that if anyone walks out now, it's gonna make me really, really sad. And immediately one motherfucker stood up and I pointed at them very judgmentally. And everyone was just laughing while they fucking walked out. Was it not? But she had the fucking little wrapping thing around her. She had the... yeah, they were the only one. But then I was like, no, it's okay to leave if you're not interested. Does she? I've never seen. She's always nude. Whenever I see her. But yeah. I appreciate it that people stay through my ads as well, because it's like a huge deal for me, right? There's 200 people in front of me. They've just had a good time at my panel. So then they're more sort of like, oh, it's like shilling. Like, they don't think negatively of me for advertising my things. Because it's not like you have to buy my stuff. But it's like, maybe you'll see something you're interested in. A lot of people actually were interested in Simmering Variant. Because of the panel. There were a lot of people who came on Sunday who were like, oh, that's actually really interesting. I want to give this a peek. So being able to advertise to so many people at once is like a massive deal for me, because there's always like 30% of viewers are like new people who haven't been there. So it helps me out like a massive amount. I know that like you would like to turn on the ad block. Like I do too, but my ads are pretty funny, okay? My ads are pretty funny, and my artwork is great. My books are great. They're interesting. I would even go as far to say that they're the best manga, Finnish manga that you can get, which they are, because there's no other Finnish manga currently being released. it's a very easy competition. But yeah, yes, I had the cursed May ball because I was so for anyone who's sort of out of the loop, I had a panel about Rule 34, something like about its origins a little bit. I think I talked about like the copyright law relating to it and how it sort of works. Then I was talking about like kitchen psychology, sort of thoughts about like what kind of things can prop up interests in these kind of things in people and stuff like that. And I had an example of like cursed Rule 34 that has been drawn of my VTuber character as well in the end. From Yersu's cursed library of pictures. It is a pretty cursed image. It would have been so much worse if the Kirby had like a massive dong. But yeah. I think the panel went pretty well. I don't think I really missed out on anything super important. I don't think I explained all the cool features of Threesome Therapy super well, my new comic. But I think like it's gonna be one of those comics where it's gonna grow an audience once people sort of start understanding what it's really about. And I can't really explain it until there's like actual visual examples of how it really works, like how the mechanics of the game work. So so that's sort of in the works as well. And then Saturday we went back home. I had some kebab. It was okay. It was okay kebab. And Kono had some pizza. And we had a discussion until like 1 a.m. or something like that. We were just talking about video games and stuff like that. And I got a very funny reaction out of Kuono when I gave him a little bit of pocket money as thanks for always being at the conventions with me. He like how do I even explain it? It was like a very un-Kuono like very cute reaction. He was like so touched by it that he was like sort of like he was like this. This is Kuono. He's like a phone. He was sitting on his chair like this, and he was like sort of hugging his sides with his hand like this and like this, and he was like this, and like almost crying because of how touching it was. He was like this. This is what he looked like. He was very happy. So I'm gonna keep giving him money in the future when we do conventions so that I can see his funny reactions. So it was a very wholesome exchange. And then we talked about Final Fantasy 12 and why it's not actually a shit Final Fantasy game. And yeah. No, Kono doesn't really buy my stuff. I give him books for free because he's always helping me out at DesuCon. So I pay for his ticket. This is the part where the voices come out of, because he's like a phone like this. He's like an old phone, like there we go. This is the voice thing, and this is where the voices go. Yes, exactly. His mask slipped and he revealed his inner maiden. Exactly, that's what it was. But we discussed why Final Fantasy 12 is actually the best Final Fantasy game. Kono had gotten really into Trails of series, which is like these tactical RPG things. I haven't really played it, so I'm not super familiar, but there's this one battle theme from it that's really good. And we listened to some music from it on Spotify. And then we went to bed. And and then the next morning it was Sunday. Went to convention. Convention was still very good. It was slower than Saturday, obviously, because everyone was there already on Saturday. But there was still a lot of people who never visited on Saturday. I guess some people just don't come over to the sales hall or just to the convention in general on Saturday, and they only sort of go like a final round on Sunday. So there were a lot of like faces that I never saw on Saturday, like familiar faces that I never saw. Oh yeah, there was a Spurgu. There were some Spurgus as well. So we'll talk about the Spurgus as well. But yeah, Sunday in terms of sales, it was still very nice. It was still very nice. In fact, I got my personal sales record at DesuCon this year. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. My bank account is so much happier now. Because like the start of the year usually, if we divide it into like there's this nice little hole here. Usually like the first half like this. This is like during this season there's no conventions. DesuCon is the only one that is in January. DesuCon Frostbite, which is always a good convention as well. But then there's the February, March, April, when there's no conventions at all. So usually during that time, I just restock on stuff. And it makes my bank account very sad. Because I just lose money, essentially. So then once the summer season sort of begins, then my bank account gets happy again. This is sad time. This is happy time. And then there's gonna be like a couple months where there's like just time to work on my projects and stuff like that. And then there's gonna be conventions again towards the end of the year, which is gonna be hopefully happy time. But that's how it goes. But yeah, Saturday, when we were going to eat pizza and stuff like that, we encountered some Spurgus. And Char has never been to Finland before, so Char had never seen a Spurgu before. And I explained to Char that it's like a Finnish variety of a drunk person. It's basically like they have more alcohol than blood in their body. And there was two guys on a bike. I don't know how the fuck they stayed like on top of their bikes, that just drove by us, and one of them shouted like Heil Hitler or something like that, and Char just was like, what the fuck? I was just, don't worry, it's just a Spurgu. Those are very common here in Finland. They don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. They're super drunk. But Char had a very strange first experience with a Spurgu. No, this was on Friday. The Friday Spurgu was the Hitler fanboy, and then on Saturday we encountered another Spurgu, who was like a pseudo Spurgu, who was like pretty probably alcoholized, and they like were like, "What are you cosplaying?" Sort of at me, because you know I had a pretty sort of flashy cosplay. I was like, it's Felix from ReZero. And then he turned to his friend, and friend was like, ReZero. And I was like, it's pretty good. And he was like, I promise you I'm gonna watch it. I promise you. And I was like, giving him a thumbs up. It's just a very confusing conversation. I hope he watches it. It's a pretty good series, except for the latest season was kind of trash. But Spurgu is a very drunk Finnish person. Very drunk. So a pretty common kind of Finnish person, this one. So we had a Spurgu encounter. So that was pretty funny. Oh yeah. I think this was on Sunday. Was it on Saturday? No, it was on Saturday. The fucking Desu Goblin guy. The Desu Goblin guy. No Spurgu incidents, but some kids walked up and mumbled in Finnish, "Are you from Naruto or something?" Yeah. I think last summer it was Pikachu. They asked like, "Am I Pikachu?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am Pikachu." Let's see. Doodles here. We have the Desu Goblin. There was this fucking shit posting thing. There was this guy last, I think, Winter DesuCon, who came to my table and just threw a 20 euro bill at me and was like, "I really like your stuff, so take this money." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Maybe you can draw me a big titty goblin at some point." And I was like, "Maybe." So then I did end up actually drawing him the Desu Goblin. This is the Desu Goblin. Goes to DesuCon, has alcohol issues like most Finnish people do. Likes very specific brands of bread. Gets mistaken for a pillow because of her massive titties and ass and thighs. Likes DesuCon mascot, but the DesuCon mascot doesn't like her. Thinks Tarkov is cringe. She's basically an amalgamate of stupid inside jokes. But she buys Mae-mae merch, which is very good, as she should. She's 87 centimeters tall, but she wishes she was 117. Inside jokes. Favorite anime is Sailor Moon. Has back pain because of her massive tits. Likes cat girls like cultured people do. Thinks chat is cringe, which is true. And thinks dog girls are inferior to cat girls. And her ankles hurt all the time. So I drew this cursed image to that fat goblin guy. Which is what he is officially known as in the Mae-mae cinematic universe. It's the fat goblin guy. So he wanted a big titty, big ass, pudgy goblin, and I drew it as like a form of shit posting. He did pay for it a little bit, so that's nice. I guess he works at like a printing house or something like that, and he had it printed on this really nice thick paper, almost like cardboard, and he had bought a table, like a fucking frame for it, let me actually find this picture for you guys. It was like a fucking what would I... It was even like an altar, as you can see here, and he came over to my table and wanted to get it signed, so he took the thing out of it and I signed the corner here. So now he is the only person in the universe who has a signed Desu Goblin, I guess. I wonder if he has it on his wall. I don't know. Yeah, it was framed and all. It was framed, which is... it's like, yeah, it's like framing a fucking Doge, like a picture of Doge. It's a little bit more effort than Doge, but it's like... It's still a shit post, let's face it. It's a fucking shit post. But yeah, well, he was really happy about it, so I guess that's all sort of fine and dandy, I guess. But he apparently had brought a friend in to the Rule 34 panel. They never dropped by my table afterwards, which is, I'm guessing they probably went to the evening party, so they were probably drunk off their asses the next day. But I'm guessing, I'm hoping that they had fun. I hope that they had fun. I haven't heard from them since. But they said that they brought a friend in just to get them into a Mae-mae panel to have a fun time, because apparently they had a bad time in a convention last time. So wherever you are, friend, who I hope appreciates cat girls more than dog girls, I hope you had a good time at my panel, and I hope the fucking Moomin Snorkel Maiden didn't fuck your mind too hard. But yeah. So yeah, so that also happened, which was pretty funny. And Sunday, was there anything weird that sort of happened? Not really. Oh yeah, it was Clownfish Twister's 10-year anniversary. Can you imagine? It's fucking 10 years old. Fucking insane. And because of that, I had like a big sale for it. And a lot of people actually wanted to give it a shot. Like, I'm just gonna introduce... Obviously, it's like a shit comic in comparison with my more modern works. My modern works look like they're drawn by a professional. Like, the quality difference between Clownfish Twister and Moonflower Pollination makes it look like they're drawn by a different person. It's that massive. But, to be fair... the Moomin thing keeps coming up, and I'm curious. Was it that cursed? Yeah, it was. I can't show it on stream. I can't show it on stream. It was fucking cursed. But I can send you the picture if you want to see it. I can DM it to you on Discord. Do you want to have it? Obviously. Okay. I will send it to you after the stream. Don't worry. But yeah. But it was nice that people were willing to give Clownfish Twister a shot as well. So that was also cool. But it will return to its normal pricing from now on. It will be normal price again. You had your style, but you refined it. I mean, obviously, yeah. Clownfish Twister was like my first foray into drawing comics, so I didn't really know anything about it. So it's very experimental, I guess. But once I studied in Japan, I got basically a lot of the industry secrets and stuff like that they don't really teach at schools here. So that massively hiked up the quality in my works in general. And I guess like one of the biggest influences to the improvement in my artwork was that I started reading Korean webcomics. It wasn't that bad too. Oh yeah, somebody asked about Jeff Kusanagi theorem during the panel, and I had to like ad-lib explain it because it's such a complicated masterwork of a theorem that I feel like I didn't really do it justice. But yeah. But I did explain the Jeff Kusanagi theorem as well. But yeah, I started reading Korean webcomics, and that sort of opened my eyes to understanding how to sort of be more efficient, because Korean people aren't that good at hiding it. Japanese people are really, really good at hiding it, but Korean people aren't, because they probably get paid even less than Japanese people do, which isn't really a good thing. But I learned a shitload from reading Korean webcomics, and these days I really like them, especially like the ones for girls. I really like Korean shoujo. It's really good. It's much more sort of down to earth and not tied to like Japanese social norms and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more relatable. The characters are more sort of believable. But yeah. So yeah, obviously my art quality is a lot better than it used to be. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I sold out multiple stickers. I got a lot of new ideas for new stickers, so we're gonna be doodling those in the near future. Maybe as soon as next week, maybe on Wednesday next week, we could doodle some new stickers. So that could be fun. And I sold out all of the coffee mugs, which was nice because they are a massive bother to carry out of conventions and stuff because they're so fragile. So I'm very happy that I managed to sell out of those. So yeah, and for all of those of you who missed out on the coffee mugs, they will be back. They're always in sort of small quantity because they're kind of expensive to get, which is why they're kind of pricey. Because it's expensive for me to buy them, so I need to make a profit, so I need to sell them for even more. They're like a very sort of specialty product, which is why I don't even have them available on my website, like the web store. Speaking of, Moonflower 2 is available on the web store. If you missed out on yours, you can get it sent straight to your home. What? But yeah, it was pretty nifty. All in all, after Sunday was over, just went home, ate some pizza, sort of shook around my money my money box happily, that like now I have comfort and safety again. And I don't need to worry about like thrifting every penny, and I can be a little bit more relaxed with my money again, which made me very happy. And I'm a lot more relaxed now because of all that. So yeah, all in all, Desukon was amazing for me. It was really good. It was a very fun thing to sort of see everyone. I'm glad my cursed things, dealings, and drawings and whatever have been something that people are really interested in. Witch books got a lot of praise again. Just people sort of coming by the table and just asking like, hey, is Witch Book 4 here yet? I'm really I need this fix. So I'm really happy that people really like the Witch books. Kuono was really happy about the third book. He really liked the third book. He was praising it a lot. I guess he likes that sort of gaslight gatekeep girl boss kind of content because that's what the third volume is all about. But it was Witch book hype is real. Yes, it's very cool that people are also interested in my like serious, like really serious works. So yeah. Oh, Vartia Music knows Amico. Very good. It's a small world. It's a small world indeed. But yeah, and Witch Book 4 will probably be done for Frostbite. Because now that I got to Helsinki Book Fair, I want to have Spicy Variant Plus done for that. So I'll probably have the entire raw version of Witch Book 4 done by then. And then I'll do the proofreading after that. And I'll do Spicy Variant Plus for Helsinki Book Fair. So if you're interested in getting that, that's going to be the first release for it. And if you don't go to Helsinki Book Fair, you can always get it through Desukon and my web store and any other convention that I might go on in 2026. New stickers starting next week. It's Juhannus this weekend. Midsummer celebration here in Finland. People have some things to do, so I'm gonna go use this opportunity to go see my grandma as well. So I won't be streaming on Friday or Saturday. So Tropical Abyss will continue on the next Saturday, which is good because I haven't had any time to draw new enemy sprites for it. So I need to do that. So I'll probably do that on Sunday this week by myself. At least doodle some of it. So yeah. And there was a lot of interest in like an art book of my works. And I think I will make an art book at some point. It's probably going to be like the character designs that I do. Like I do a lot of like character designs for like TTRPGs, just for like other things like this fucking stupid shit. And some of them are cooler, some of them are more funny, stuff like that. There's gonna be like colored, it's gonna be full color. Each design is gonna have like its own page, and next to it is gonna be like a little blurb sort of going over what the design was for, what it was about, what its inspirations are and stuff like that. So it's gonna be will it include metamorphs? It's gonna have at least the metamorph queen. So it's gonna have like a lot of my sprite artwork and stuff like that I do for my I do artwork for my own sort of TTRPG campaigns and stuff like that. The illustrations are like this. They're like enemy sprites for my TTRPGs and stuff like that I host. So I'll make like a compilation work that has like all of them in it, but I won't make it until I've got the current campaign enemy sprites, like the important enemy sprites, done. So it's gonna probably be still a little bit until I make it, but there will be a Mae-mae art book in the future as well for all of you guys who want the more sort of artsy kind of stuff. Because I do a little bit of more artsy kind of stuff. It's something that isn't like that isn't like just porn or stuff like that. I have a friend that might be interested in your work from the description I gave him. Where do I point him to? So in terms of like comics or or what? Did you tell him about the big titty goblin? Is that what got him interested? Is that what got him interested? What specifically did you tell him? This is a very layered question. But manga mostly. Okay. You can read all of my works actually over on Namikomi, which is I'll give you a link. Let's see. Yeah, the Discord server has all the relevant links as well, but I don't think Valkyrie is in the community Discord. So I'll put this in chat. Here, this is my like business page. It's my organization page essentially. You can read Moonflower Pollination, Clownfish Twister, Memoirs of a Public Enemy, and Threesome Therapy. There's 4 different works that you can read there, and you'll be able to read all of them there. Moonflower Pollination is porn. Threesome Therapy is going to be porn. Clownfish Twister is 10 years old, so it's my first work. And this is a novel. And right now, Namikomi doesn't support the amount of text that it has. So it will start releasing chapters once Namikomi updates their UI stuff and whatever. Also, hello, Val. So yeah, but you can read all of my works for free over on Namikomi. And once you sort of pick up a title that you like, there's going to be just chapters. It's basically like manga decks. You can read my stuff there like it's manga decks. Moonflower Pollination is my newest comic book work. So this is the absolute newest one, but it doesn't have any sort of like pages to it yet, but it will at the end of the month. And Moonflower Pollination is the newest thing. But yeah, comics may feature trace elements of butt. Comics are adults only. My novels are also adults only, but for completely different reasons. My novels are adults only because they are super fucking violent and grim. So yeah. But yeah, hopefully your friend will not get traumatized. But yeah, I will make sure that I have a high quality art book for you guys as well at some point. It will be a bit of a premium product probably. So I probably won't get like a lot of them because it's going to be really expensive for me to order as well. And they're going to be a little bit more pricey than my other works because it's going to be full color, which is way more expensive to print. But it's not gonna have that many pages. It's gonna have like double the amount of character designs and stuff like that I've done. But I have done a lot of character designs, like a good amount. So it's like this alone. This was my previous TTRPG campaign. There's a good amount of these designs in it as well, and there's more than just those. And maybe add some funny shit posting versions and stuff like that as well. I already finished 2 parts of Clownfish Twister and I vibe with it a lot. Very gender and very good. I'm glad you like it. It is very gender. That is true. That is true. It is very gender. That is true. I can like, even though the artwork in Clownfish Twister is kind of shit, I can say for sure that the story is still pretty good. It's probably worth the read. Even though the artwork isn't that good, I think the story is still worth a read. Just consider it a novel and sort of fill the gaps with your own imagination. And I think you'll probably, once you read it for a little bit, you'll kind of get used to the drawing style, so it doesn't bother you that much. It just has that like sort of flashbang effect. Like on the first ones, like, oh fuck, this is drawn by like a fucking 12-year-old. No, don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. I know. But yeah, it's the finish that I struggle with. There will maybe be an English release of it eventually as well, but that's not like in the near years. Once I run out of all finished Clownfish Twisters, I'm thinking of making like an anthology book set. One for volumes 1 and 2, and one for volumes 2 and 3. So they're gonna be like 400-page volumes, and they're gonna be in English. And if you bought the comics and you would rather read it in English, you can read it in English over on Namikomi. It's gonna be in English there, but there's so much of it, and I mean there's 800 pages of it, okay? So I couldn't post all of them at once. So there's an upload queue. And it lasts until like October or something. There's so many chapters. Yeah, so it's gonna be updating until October 19th. It's gonna update 2 chapters every week until it's completely done. Any chapter that says that it's seriously just bros hanging out, it's porn. So be mentally prepared. This is the complete edition. Okay? It has sex scenes in it. Which were not obviously in the physical books, because I was publishing it through a publisher who probably didn't want the assholes in the books. But the web release is really high quality, and it has assholes. So everything anyone could ever want, you know? Clownfister. No, it's not Clownfister. But yeah. So if you want to fist some clowns, you can go there, I guess. Do those get added in the English version? Yes, they might. But yeah, if you want to see more of my modern works, go here. There's butts though. Will the anthology feature buttholes? Why are you guys so fucking keen on the asshole? There's probably gonna be buttholes. In it. Okay. Cloud. No. Let's not make more cursed versions of the title. Okay. No. Clownfister might get an anthology release at some point. Maybe. Spicy Variant Plus is gonna be releasing later this year, probably for October. Witch Books 4 is going to be released on Frostbite, and Witch Book 5 is going to be released either for summer or for next Frostbite. And next summer, you will get some physical copies of Threesome Therapy. Threesome Therapy will be released in a slightly different format than Moonflower Pollination. I've been trying to take better care of my health recently, and I don't think I can probably reasonably finish like 150 plus 160 pages of comic while also working on two other books at the same time, because I've got Spicy Variant Plus and Witch Book 4 that I need to get done as well. So Threesome Therapy is most likely going to be released in like these thinner books, like doujins. They're gonna be probably A4 in size and doujin style, and there's gonna be multiple different episodes to it. I don't know exactly how I'll sort of sort them, but there will be like probably like multiple releases of them at the same time. They're gonna be a little bit shorter, probably like 50 pages maybe per release, and there's gonna be a couple of them available at the same time. So they're gonna be like nicely collectible like that. And then once there's a lot of them, and by a lot I mean like at least 300 pages worth of Threesome Therapy, then I'm going to release like a compilation work that has all of them and some extras as well. So that's sort of the plan for Threesome Therapy, but my hands have been in pretty bad shape. I don't want to get carpal tunnel. I don't think I have the risk of getting carpal tunnel, but my elbow, like there's that nerve at the end of your elbow. Mine is like damaged somehow, I think. It's hypersensitive, and it gets like really tired. Like it tires out the like lower muscles of my hand and my pinky and my ring finger, which is like the reverse of what carpal tunnel is. So I want to take better care of my health. I've started eating veggies while I eat my other food. I eat a lot of cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. I've started walking, and that's something that I don't want to drop out of my schedule anymore because I'm swamped with work. So every Tuesday and Thursday I'm gonna go for a semi-long walk, and every Wednesday I'm gonna go for a really long walk. So especially on Wednesdays, I don't have that much time to do some work stuff. Especially with the fact that I also have raiding and streaming and stuff like that that I need to take care of as well to sort of keep the community alive. But with that in mind, I still will work at a much faster pace than your average Finnish cartoonist probably. So you will still get a lot. You will still get a lot for every convention, every DesuCon that you go to. There will be a lot of new things. I will keep increasing my repertoire of cursed images like stickers and stuff like that. I will hopefully have new ones for every DesuCon because they're not really that much effort to make. So I can definitely do that. And there will be new books for every DesuCon. It's just that I probably won't be able to release like 2 books at the time, unless they're like short chapter things of Threesome Therapy. And yeah, Threesome Therapy books, because they're going to be thinner, they're obviously going to be cheaper as well. So they're going to be a little bit more affordable. I don't know the exact price for them yet, but they will be more affordable. So it's easier to get introduced to all the fucked up shit that I draw. And once the compilation work happens, then it's going to be the usual sort of €25. But yeah, that's sort of my plan right now. Threesome Therapy, my newest comic, will keep updating on the community server whenever I draw pages to it. The official beginning of the comic is going to be like next month when we have our first audience participation idea for the topic. In this month's topics, we have like 90% nothing but wholesome ideas for it, which is very cute. Um, but we'll see how they sort of turn out once people realize that they can actually submit ideas for this shit. But I've just been very happy to draw my three sort of main characters again, because they are these three idiots. I haven't drawn them in such a long time, and I'm really happy to draw them again. I've been also doing well writing witch books. I'm glad I took a moment to sort of let myself think about it. Now I have a lot of ideas that I want to sort of execute for volume 4. So yeah, but I will be, as usual, pretty like withdrawn. I'll be just working on my stuff, especially after the summer convention season ends. I'll be just working on my stuff as usual. So if you want to sort of chat with me and talk to me and stuff like that, the best way to do that is usually to hit me up on stream, because that's my only sort of social time that I've reserved for my days, when I can interact with people and talk to people. So if you want to talk to me about anything, you can come over to the stream and we can talk about it. It's okay. I'm not really streaming for content. I'm not really streaming to have a big audience and make big money. I'm just streaming to have some kind of social interactions in my life, even though I'm mostly just working by myself in my room. Always. So yeah. If you have anything you want to talk about, just hit me up on stream. And yeah. I will also be streaming a little bit more of Final Fantasy XIV in the near future, because we're doing some re-clears and I want to micro-optimize my stuff, so I need to play back on my stuff. So Final Fantasy XIV streams are not going to be like super interesting probably, unless you're really into Final Fantasy XIV. We're just grinding some raids and stuff like that. But I just want to micro-optimize because I'm a parse piggy. If you don't know what that means, good for you. But those might happen in the near future, and if I can't really reply to you during those, it's not because I'm not interested in talking to you, it's because I'm focusing on the raiding and stuff like that. So I have the normal stream always after the Final Fantasy stream. So once the normal stream starts, when I start speaking English, that's when I'm like free. But yeah, that sort of concludes my recap of DesuCon, and it's actually so late that it doesn't really make any sense for me to move on to Deltarune, because I do actually have a little bit of work left for tonight, and I really want to do some work. So I'm gonna go. I have like 2 pages of threesome therapy that I want to finish this week before I head out to Grandma's place. So I'm gonna try to finish those today and tomorrow. So I will do that, and I will go finish today's page, and I will see you guys again tomorrow in the name of some Deltarune, episode 4. We have just barely started it, and I'm interested in seeing where it goes. But thank you very much for supporting my works. Thank you very much for dropping by and saying hi. And thank you very much for always filling up my panel. It always makes me very happy. And I hope you guys have a good night. I will go eat some carrots and draw some butts. I will see you guys later. Bye-o. How the fuck do I put this? There we go.